This is actually cool.
Yeah.
How you been?
I've been good, bro. Just working, you know, staying busy, brother. I finally hit I monetized here on YouTube.
You hit what?
I monetized now.
Oh yeah?
Yes,
Don't you
but
need like wait, don't tell me. Wait, how many watch hours do you need?
4,000.
Damn. You got 4,000 watch hours?
Yeah, but you know what's that going live counts as the watch hours. And look, so let me tell you this, bro. This is what I found out. Basically, I was researching some streamers.
This is cool, man. You smart, bro. And he's getting mad views. All right, I don't think that's what I want to do. I think let's build a clipper actually. Let's see, magnetic motor batteries. How they work. How do batteries for DC motors work? What's up, Crochet? I just noticed you was in here. It's the algorithm, man. They're gonna choose. They're gonna put you in the box. They're gonna put you in the box. Man, who got Bad Bunny tickets for sale? Them things. What's up, salon guy? How you doing, man? I'm chilling, bro. Just working. What in the hell? Bro, what am I watching? Alright, that's too nerdy. You should. I can't get this album out my head, man. Album is a banger. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I appreciate the love.
इस ब्रांडेड डीसी मोटर के साथ करने वाले हैं धमाका। मेरा मतलब इस डीसी मोटर
What in the? All right, I ain't finding nothing here. Man, keep scrolling. Get to the videos with no views. Everybody getting views out here. Yeah, you gotta. It's all trends, thumbnails. You know, I'm not. That's not. You know, salon guy, bro. Like, we were posting, you know, to give content, you know, to give information and stuff. Now you gotta be a content creator for real. But you do more than that, right? Like, I have real businesses and stuff, man. I can't I can't like cater to the algorithms and stuff. So it's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna get views and all that, but it is what it is. That's it. No more results. True. According to YouTube, everybody get views. All right, let's go with this week. Quickest, most efficient way.
On this cut is we're gonna be trimming the top with some shears, doing a little bit of shear work, then we're gonna be doing a mid fade, line them up a little bit in front, nothing too crazy, you know what I'm saying? He wants to keep it just, I don't want to say natural, he wants it lined up, but he doesn't want me to like push it too far back, right? So nonetheless, man, jumping straight into this haircut. As you can see, I'm saturating the top of my client's hair, getting it wet and combing it the way it's gonna comb. That way I can kind of see what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and comb up a section in front, and I'm gonna trim off about 3/4 of an inch or so. And I'm gonna take this much off going all the way back, right? So now every section that I pull up is gonna have a little bit of that guideline in it, and I'm gonna continue to take that much hair off. Anything that's longer than my initial guideline, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off. And then the closer I get to the parietal ridge, I'm starting to angle my fingers down. And the reason for that is it just helps me blend into the sides a little easier. So that's why I like to do that. I'm basically coming off the head. I don't want to say a 90-degree angle, but it might be a 90-degree angle, right? But the closer we get to that parietal ridge, once again, I'm angling my fingers a little differently. Once again, just to help ensure that I can blend this into that length on top. And we're just using that guideline that I created originally, using that all the way around the head, right? And then here in a second, y'all gonna see me do some cross-checking. I'm gonna come the opposite way of what I'm cutting now, just to make sure everything is nice and even. And I know y'all want me to do like a longer tutorial on shear cuts, but this isn't the one for that, you know what I'm saying? Like I had like 30 minutes, so I had to do this whole haircut and record it, so this ain't the one for that. But nonetheless, man, as you can see, I'm just cutting the top of my client's head. Now I'm cross-checking, coming the opposite way, making sure everything is that same length. Anything longer than when my fingers is pulling up, or anything that's longer than the shorter hair, I'm making sure that I cut off. And once again, when I get to those sides, I'm angling my fingers more downward. That way I can get that a little shorter. That way it's easier for me to blend into with the clippers. Alright, so now that is done, I'm gonna walk y'all through this technique that I've been doing. It's a number 3 guard first. You know, normally I do a 4 guard, but what I'm doing here first is I'm debulking with a number 3 guard, and I'm kind of floating my clipper once I hit that parietal ridge, and trying to float the clipper into the longer hair. That way the number 3 blends into that longer hair. Right now, this may not come out perfect. I may need to come in and do some clipper over comb, or some shear over comb, or some blending shear over comb later on, but for the most part it's been working really good for me, and it's helped me speed up my haircuts. So I'm taking that number 3 guard, debulking the sides once again, trying not to go too high in the back. We don't want to cut off that crown completely. He doesn't really like it too long in the crown area, and I know y'all gonna tell me I gotta keep it longer because that's what you should do. And yes, though that is what you should do, I've done that before, and he likes it to be a little shorter, so I do what the client asks, right? But now we're debulking this side of the haircut. Same thing with that number 3. And once again, guys, once we get to that parietal ridge area, I'm making sure that I float my clipper back. That way it kind of blends into that length and makes it easier for me to fade into, opposed to me just leaving a super harsh line.
Hey.
And as you can see here, I'm still floating my clipper just trying to blend it in a little more. Now I could take a 4 guard or a 5 guard if I wanted to, but once again I'm doing it this way because it is a little quicker for me. So I want to show you all this little quicker technique that I've been using. So once we do the number 3 guard, I'm going in with my 1.5 guard, and as you can see, I'm setting in, I don't want to say my initial guideline, but I'm setting in a guideline now. Not all the way up to what I did with the 3. I'm leaving myself some room because I'm gonna have to blend this 1.5 guard into that number 3 guard. So I'm leaving myself a little bit of room, but I'm coming up a good amount, basically where I want my blend to be at, right? So this is probably about how high my blend is gonna end up being once I'm done fading. So this is why I'm using my number 1.5 guard in this section. And now really all I gotta do is blend that 1.5 to the 3 section out, and then, you know, the 0 into the 1.5 guard, which is a lot easier, right? So nonetheless, man, as you can see, I'm taking my Babyliss trimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and set in my initial, well, I'm gonna set in my bald guideline now. And I wanna say that you don't need your guideline to be like super straight. I know a lot of people say you need them to be like the straightest. You don't need them to be the straightest. They need to be somewhat straight, but you're gonna blend those out anyway, so they don't have to be like, you don't stress too much if you go like, you know, if it's a little crooked or it drops down a little low, like a little more than one side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be, you know, good enough, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and take all this hair off with that trimmer once again after we set in this bald guideline. And then once we're done with this part of the haircut, we're gonna move on to the shaver, getting everything nice and bald. You know, that way it lasts the client. And once again, in my opinion, I think that it looks a little better. So that's why I like to go over the sides with the shaver. And then when you're using the shaver, guys, you don't want to come all the way up to the line. It may look like I'm coming up to the line, but when I'm at that line, I'm actually coming down with my shaver. That way it doesn't leave too harsh of a line. And then when I start coming back up towards the line, I'm using a small flick out motion, applying less pressure. That way it blends into my trimmer a little nicer. You know, that transition just looks a little better. But FYI, guys, if you are interested in any of these tools, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10 on that website. That way you can save yourself some money. Not 100% sure if they have these tools in stock still, but if they do, once again, use that discount code TANK10 on that website to save yourself some money. But nonetheless, man, as you can see, we're getting everything nice and razor, nice and smooth. Just, you know, getting all this down to that razor length, that shaver length. That way, you know, once again, it lasts my client and it looks a little better. That's my cousin, y'all. Now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and blend in the 1.5 sections to the number 3 section. So this is my number 2 guard open. And once again, I'm just blending into that number 3, and then I'm gonna close my number 2 and try to get rid of that middle line between the 1.5 and the 3. And then I'm gonna do some lever play to bring that section together and make it look a little more blended, right? Now I am going back in with my 3 guard just to clean it up a little bit because there are some dark areas that I didn't like. So I'm just cleaning it up a little bit with the 3 guard. And once that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and set in my next guideline with my clipper all the way open, coming up about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch or so. And if you want it more stretched, you can come up higher. If you want the fade more compressed, don't come up as high. But that's just a little tip for if you want a stretch blend or a compressed blend. But now that that is done, I'm going in with my clipper halfway closed, working my way halfway into this section. And then I'm gonna start to adjust my lever closed all the way and attack this bottom line. And then you will see me doing some lever play, meaning I'm gonna be adjusting my lever open, close, 1 notch open, halfway open, you know, just adjusting it to whatever notches I feel is necessary to get this blend to look right. Now it's not gonna look 100% done. I'm gonna come back in and detail it later on in the cut. I'm just once again trying to move quickly to get that, you know, to get the bulk of this haircut done. And then we're gonna come back in and detail that at the end. But y'all saw me use the trimmer at the bottom to get that bottom line out. Here is my 1 guard lever open, and this is gonna blend pretty good into that 1.5 guard. And once we do this, we're gonna close our lever and start attacking that bottom line in that section. Now this may not get that line out completely. I may have to go back in with my half guard, but I am gonna be doing a little bit of lever play and corner blending just to, you know, blend this section into the bulk, you know, to really blend it into the top a little better, just so it doesn't look too choppy and it kind of looks more blended than not, right? And then once that is done, here is my half guard halfway open. and then we're gonna be adjusting our lever close, but we're really not trying to come too high up into this section. If we do, it's gonna start to create some different lines, some other lines, and we're gonna have to, use different guards. Although I am gonna do that, I still don't wanna bring this section up too high. And here is my number 2 guard once again. Just cleaning up these dark areas that I see. And then here is the 1.5 guard, and I will be adjusting my lever now. Initially, I just went in with it closed, but I will be adjusting it now just to get that gradients to look a little better. You know what I'm saying? Make it look a little more blurry. And then here is my clipper no guard, doing some more detail work. Remember, I told you I was gonna go back in and do some detail work. It was basically just my steps were basically just like a rough draft, and then I go back in once I'm done and clean everything up. And I'm just doing some lever play here with my clipper no guard, just trying to get the bottom part of this blend to look blurry. Here's my number 1 guard doing the same thing, adjusting my lever open, halfway, all the way closed, using different angles, corner blending, doing my detail work as needed. And then I'm using my trimmer to do some more corner blending at the bottom of that blend. And then once that is done, I'm gonna move on to lining up my client. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this C cup first. As you can see, we're giving them a nice little curve right here. And then we're gonna move on to lining up the front. Remember guys, he doesn't really want me to give him a super sharp line. He just wanted it cleaned up. So I'm just brushing the hair up and just tapping the hairline, giving him a straight hair. I say straight, but it's not gonna be the straightest, it's not gonna be the sharpest. It's just to clean up basically what he has underneath, so when he does comb it over, it looks nice, right? And we aren't putting the harsh line in there. He doesn't want a hard part in there. He just wants to be able to comb it over. So now that the lineup is in there, I'm going back in, doing some more detail work just to really get this haircut nice and polished. Now we're moving on to the opposite side. Here is my 2 guard, blending in my 1.5 section to my 3 section. Lever open on this number 2 guard, and then we are gonna close this number 2 also. And once again, guys, this has been working for me. It's been super fast, super efficient for me. I really don't have to do too much guesswork. It's not a lot of steps, at least I don't think so. Yes, I do like to detail a lot, so I move pretty quick when I'm fading, and then like I said, I go back in and detail to clean everything up. But for the most part, this blueprint has been working well for me. But as you can see here, I'm doing my lever open section, and then I'm gonna adjust my lever close halfway, work my way halfway into this section, and then close my lever all the way and hit that bottom line. You may see a little bit of lever play here and there just to get this bottom section to look a little more blended. But yeah, man, we're just basically gonna be doing the same thing on this side that we did to the opposite side. Obviously, as y'all can see, I blended in the back, didn't record it because my camera was dying. Had to let it charge for a little bit before I recorded this side of the haircut. But nonetheless, man, now we're taking the trimmer, hitting up this bottom line, trying to make sure that this bottom line becomes erased and we have a nice smooth transition from the razor to the clipper open section. Here is my number 1 guard, open, making it a 1.5, blending into my 1.5 guard. And remember guys, the 1.5 guard is like slightly bigger than a 1 guard lever open. Now we're gonna close our lever, attack that line.
Another one?
And then once this is done, we're gonna move on to our half guard, halfway open. Once again, not trying to come too high up into the section, really just tapping that line, adjusting our lever close, tapping that line, seeing what it does, trying not to raise this blend. But we will be doing corner blending and all that in this section just to make sure that this part of the blend looks nice and blurry. I feel like I've said that a lot, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Now here is my 1 guard doing some cleanup work. Lever open and then close, corner blending. And I apologize for me being in the frame. I had a movie on and my client was trying to watch it, so I didn't want to turn him away from the TV. Now I'm going in with my clipper open, doing some detail work, corner blending, lever play, all that good stuff. Now we're gonna hit this lineup with the trimmer. We're gonna set in that C cup, give them a nice curve. And then once we get that situated, we're gonna move on to lining up, continuing to line up the front of my client's hairline. Once again, not trying to give him the sharpest line, just trying to clean up the hairline a little bit, so when he does decide to comb the hair over, he's got, you know, he does have some type of lineup right there, and it's not just like wild hair everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna hit that vertical bar, make sure we give him a nice straight line there also. And then I'm gonna move on to doing some blending shear over comb. So I like to do this at the end of my haircut, especially with this technique, because it helps blend everything together. Like anything that's a little longer than my number 3 guard that didn't blend in properly, I go back in with my blending shear over comb to soften up those lines. And as you can see, I'm really not digging into the hair with the shears. I'm really just tapping the edges, tapping the ends, softening up these harsh lines that you can kind of see here, making the line look a little more softer and a little more blended. But check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure and subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tangbychopping.com. You can book there. But that's basically it, YouTube. I greatly appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know what you think about this cut in the comments, man. Till next time, let's go.
I know that beat from anything. Yo. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey everyone, another exciting video for you all today. Today I've got Roberto, and he is a barbershop owner. So one thing that I'm doing is I'm bringing on special guest artists onto my channel. I love showcasing other people's work. I know you'll want to see me, but sometimes I want to see other people's amazing work. So Roberto is going to do an awesome haircut on his model today, and get ready, here we go.
All right, my name is Roberto Montanes. I'm here with the salon guy, and we're going to demonstrate a high taper on my wonderful model right here, Jorge. The taper is one of those haircuts that you could use pretty much on any style of hair. Today we're gonna be doing it on a shortcut. Today our model has very high parietal ridge, so we're gonna blend some of this out to kind of give it some contrast and also tape up the back, just really low down here. That way we help out with the flatness of the back of his head. So we're gonna keep this all here dark, and we're gonna tape it right underneath. These are haircuts that is very good for short haircuts, also for cuts with models that have more of a round over face and a square back. All right, so here we have Jorge sporting the high taper. As you can tell, we went very high on the temple and the parietal ridge right here. We cleaned all this up. We also blended it straight into the beard to give it a nice contrast. Right back here, we kept it nice and dark to hide the fact that he has more of a flat head in the back. The taper is nice and low. We keep a contrast here. That way, you know, there's a nice balance between the front and the back. Also, we cleaned up the beard and the eyebrows. We gave him a full service. Nice clean look. This look here goes well with short hair, but it also can be used for longer hair types, like a slick back or a comb over, if you want to keep the areas around the parietal ridge very dark, but have a nice blend in the front where it looks like almost like a mid fade right in front. But in the back, it's kind of like party in the back. We have a more dark section. Okay, and if you want to get a beautiful haircut like this, you can come visit me at Fade Gallery in Tin Falls, New Jersey. My name's Roberto, and you can find me and follow me on RM Montanez. So RM Montanez.